Hello there. Today I'm here to show you how to install Elden Ring Reforged, and optionally you can also install Seamless Co-op for the Steam Deck. So the first thing we're going to need is to go to Firefox or Google, and you're going to want to go and download Seamless Co-op from Nexus. You're going to need an account to do this, and you're going to want Elden Ring Reforged, also from Nexus. I've already downloaded them because they take a little bit to download the Reforgers. Once it's downloaded, you go to Dolphin, downloads, and here they'll look like this. You'll want to extract it, and once it's extracted, it will look like this. Let me just leave it. So you've got your Sims Co-op and you've got your Elden Ring Reforged. First thing you want to do is go into Reforged, and you're going to want to open up this. This is the guide that we will be following. So as the guide says here, you need to have Elden Ring on Steam, so no pirates, no. All right. And then what you want to do is you want to go to Steam. You want to go to your library. You're going to search for Elden Ring. I recommend a keyboard and mouse because it's easier. You're going to want to go into it, properties, and you go put the compatibility on, and you're going to make it Proton Experimental. If you haven't already done that, it will download Proton for you if you haven't used Proton Experimental. I have to wait for that to download, and then when it takes its sweet time, jeez. Sorry. This is a fresh install, so like I'm doing everything that you would see. But anyway, once this does finally take its sweet time, come on, hurry up! I got things I want to do. Come on, please. It's taking forever. Yeah. Come on. Wait, there we go. Finally. Fucking hell. Anyway, once that's on, make sure it just double check it's there. Here it is. Good. Once it's done, launch the game. This is a step you have to do, by the way. Hang on. Okay, of course I got on. When this finally launches itself up. Right, there we go. Because you have to do this at least once for the thing to work. So, yeah, make sure you do this. Do not skip the step, please. Because some people skip steps and then they complain that stuff doesn't work. So, if you skip a step, it's your own fault. Simple. Right, there we go. And then once it's loaded up, just quit the game, and make sure it closes properly. There we go. Anyway, once that's done, go back to the steps, and the next step is we've done step 3. We're going to unpack, which we've already done. Right. I would recommend putting this somewhere else. It tells you not to put it in the download folder, so I suppose pick somewhere else to put it. Just put it in home, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. It's somewhere. Just put it somewhere, not in the downloads, because apparently it can cause problems. And yeah, last thing I need is people telling me it isn't working because of a download. But yeah, once you've moved it to a sufficient location, go back to your steps. And now you're gonna want, this is where the important part comes into play, right? Now, if you're using seamless co-op, you will be using this one. If you're not using seamless co-op, you will be using the Elden Ring Reforged Online. So either way, what you want to do is right click and you want to go to properties, permissions, and allow this. I'm going to do the same with the other one as well. I hope everyone had a happy Christmas, by the way. Anyway. So yeah, since I'm going to be using seamless co-op, I'm going to use this one, but you can just do this one without the seamless co-op if you don't want seamless co-op. But if you do want seamless co-op, just follow this one. Anyway, once that's done, as you can see, the next step will be to right-click run in the proton. So we go back to this, and you're going to click run in console. Actually, no. Wait. I forgot a step on. Go back to your seamless co-op, right? You want to do this first. You're going to want to grab the files from here, and you're going to want to put it in the seamless co-op. Yeah, I mean the Elden Ring game folder. So go back to Steam, go to here, properties, go to, where is it? Here we go. Installed files and browse. Go into the game, and you're going to want to paste it in here, because it has to be in here, right? Click right down here and add this entry. Yeah, there we go. Just so it's easier to find in the future. Anyway, here we go. It's in here. So the next thing you want to do, you want to go in. Go in here. This is all your settings and stuff. You don't have to mess with this for the thingy one, but I'm just showing people where it is. So what you want is you want to grab these two files, right? I think I want to cut them. There we go. You then, once you've got them files, you want to go back to here. You go into the DLL, active, and you're gonna, this will come with this in it already. You paste these two files in here. Boom. You want to go into Elden Ring, this one. You're gonna want to set up a password in this one. Right? And now, once that's done, you can get back to the actual step that it wanted me to do. Sorry. So we're using thingy, so we're gonna launch this one up. And we're gonna run it in console. Which you will do. And it will ask you, right? Select the save copy. Now, I don't know how you would do this without a keyboard. So if you don't have a keyboard, I don't really know how to do it without one. But with a keyboard, you just use your things, right? But if you want to use your seamless co-op save, you will have to launch seamless co-op and make a save at least once. If you want to use a base game save, you can just use your base game save. So if you want to use, you want to use your seamless co-op character, you can just launch seamless co-op at least once, so that it has well, if you already have it, whatever. Yeah. So typically you can pick between the save files, but since we don't have anything else installed, it's just base game. So once you click enter on that, it will now install the thing. And yes, it will say it will install a UI texture for Elden Ring Reforged. You will need to do so then, blah blah blah. You can read all this stuff yourself, right? I need to tell you about it. But it will install something for you, and then you're just gonna have to wait for it to install itself. It may take a little bit, depending on, just how lucky or unlucky you are, I suppose. But yeah, as you see, it's doing its thing. And now it's saying I can now launch the mod, and it will launch itself up eventually. Boom. So I do have additional things, right? Is first, people are gonna want this in gaming mode on the Steam Deck, right? Which I can show you how to do. I can't, yeah. So I can show you how to get in there. But once you're in, I would highly, and I mean highly recommend making a new character. Because, I mean, these big mods, you know, they are prone to, like, not being happy when you're using an already made character, right? But once you go in, and you can easily see, you got your characters and that, and you can make it. And in the bottom right corner, Elden Ring Seamless Co-op by Yui. You can see it right there. So when you go into the game, you'll do the, you know, the typical tutorial boss, and then once you've done that, you can go and sit down at your first site of grace, and you will then have the Seamless Co-op items, right? And for clarity, I will show people this. I will try and speedrun it for you real quick. Oh. There we go. But yeah. Make your character, pick your class, blah 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 blah. I hope it hasn't put all my stuff on high, because it usually does. Alright. Yeah, it is. Typical. But anyway. You'll have a thing here, which it will ask you about, you know, it has its own hint system and that. You know, like online messages. I should grab it. Anyway. Okay, there ain't really much to show here. It's just the same. It's the starting boss that you always fight in vanilla. So there's nothing much here. So I'm just gonna bring in and jump off the ledge. Once he spawns it. Off the ledge again. And no, I'm not gonna try and beat him because I can't. I ain't got the skill. So you'll wake up, you know, you got your typical cutscene. Then, this is, you know, the challenge. They've redone the challenge thing, so you probably want to do it to learn the, you know, how Elden Ring Reforged combat works, because the combat is different, you know, there's more stuff than that. And sorry for the low FPS, but recording with OBS does not make the Steam Deck taking more stuff away from it. And here we go. You've got the stuff. So one thing I want to mention, as you saw the Seamless Co-op items pop up, you have the Reforged options, and this is where you can choose your difficulty, your compatibility. You know, this is just stuff for you to mess around with. One thing, you've got the co-op difficulties. This is specifically made for, you know, like Seamless Co-op stuff and that, and your own difficulties and whatnot. But that's for you to mess around with. I'm just showing you where everything is, so people don't ask. Alright, that's that done. So I'll return. And after that, you're done, right? You've got your mod who works and whatnot. But some people will want to play this in gaming mode. So I will show you quickly how to do that. There we go. So what you want to do, right, is, where is the file? Oh yeah, it's still here. So, you know, it'll also be in here. So if you don't like have issues following me, you can always follow the tutorial that they actually provide, which is very helpful. But So, as it says, optional if you wish to run it in Steam Deck gaming mode or whatnot. So you want to do this, which you've already done, and now you want to essentially add one of these as a non-Steam game. If you are using Seamless Co-op or you're offline, use this one. If you're not using Seamless Co-op, use this, and you're using their online features instead, use this one, right? But if you want to add this as a non-Steam game, right, you can do that, and it will show up as a non-Steam game here. So it's in. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is go back here, and it will mention, do not enable Proton, as it says. Yeah. One thing it mentions is this stuff, which I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why these are mentioned, because they aren't needed, or at least they aren't needed in my experience. But if it doesn't work for you, perhaps try following this specifically. But I don't need to do any of that stuff. All I did need to do though was to grab this, right? The console command, which you're gonna need. Once you've got that said console command, you will need to go back. Oh, actually, one thing it mentions as well is that if you have it on like a secondary drive or whatnot, a micro SD, you probably will need to obviously do stuff like this instead. But that again, that you can follow the physical thing yourself, because I ain't using a micro SD. But go to your properties in this. You'll add it as a launch option, and boom. So now if you go back to gaming mode, I can't do that because it will end the recording, but you'll now obviously have this in here and you can run it. I will run it to show you that it works. But I have tested this and it does work in gaming mode, so. And yeah, I have literally tested it like beforehand and it does work. But I am just showing you that, yeah, this will work. It should work anyway. But there you go. As you see, if you were in gaming mode, this would pop up and, you'd be on your merry way playing the game, doing what you're doing. So yeah, that's all. I'm sorry for the long tutorial of, I've just been busy. So anyway. One thing to mention though is when you're in gaming mode and you're running it, you will be launching the this, and it will stick on the screen with a little spinning circle. What you're gonna do is you're gonna obviously press the Steam button on the Steam Deck itself, and then you can change. You'll see like you'll have two launch. You'll have this as launch, and then you'll see Elden Ring will launch itself up. You just want to then change your launch to. You just want to click on then Elden Ring, and it'll change to that screen, and then you'll have the finger because I guess sometimes people don't realize you have to physically change the screen yourself. But yeah, that's that. It also has issues like closing, because EXEs are funny on the Steam Deck sometimes. But anyway, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Sorry, it's a bit long-winded, but I'm trying the best I can. I hope you guys all have a good day and whatnot. Peace to you all.